everybody, it's Christine and it's time for Stamp It Like It's Hot. And our instructions this month are to stamp directly from pad to paper. And what I've pulled out, first off, the picture is of these are technically my daughter's old shoes. They're little Ugg boots, but they're kind of a coral color. And these are my favorite shoes, you guys. I love these shoes. They're comfortable and they got a cute, fun color. And I just love these shoes. So these are my favorite shoes. So that's my picture today. And what I'm thinking is, y'all, these cats this morning, they've been in here all morning. It's early Saturday morning. I'm not going to tell you what day it is because I'm early, but they are all in my business today. Come on now. Come here. No, don't act like you're mistreated. Sit over here. So my idea here, y'all know I love a grid layout. I've got this Hip Kit Club from, it's from June 2023, and I need to use this up, okay? I'm actually going to have one more layout of this because I already have an idea for it. But this one is, I'm thinking this little grid, this little ledger paper here will be good for a grid. And I've already practiced, this is the ink pad I think I'm going to use because it's Calypso Coral. And these are kind of coral shoes, right? And I'm thinking I'm going to make a grid. I haven't decided yet if it's going to be 2. I may need to stamp this fully because I just did on a scrap paper to see what color it was going to be. And look at that, that's kind of neat. It's got this little, the fabric of this has like a little, well, actually I did it on a texture piece of cardstock too, so that might be part of it. But it's got like a little texture to it. And so I'm thinking I'm going to make a little grid. I just haven't figured out how many squares yet. And this will be on there. And then there's actually in this little kit here, what did I just do with it, y'all? Oh my gosh. Oh, here it is. There's these little envelopes. So I think I'm going to assemble these little envelopes and put them, you know, on each of the little grids as well. I may even have my shoes coming out of one of these because my feet are not that important really. So I might do that. This is kind of a hiking kit. So it's not really, I mean, I'm sure I can find some, I'll figure out a way to use it. There is these little frames and little tickets. I may cut the tickets. Y'all, I may can use the tickets, not certain. Definitely I'll cut apart things. I don't think I'll use the branding strips. Those might have to get set in my bucket of branding strips. We shall see. I can't use the font that came with it because I just don't have enough letters left, y'all. I was really prolific with this title or whatever. And there's gold, so I might use that. We'll see. So I did pull out 2 other letters, 2 other thickers. This one's from Pink. I'd say these aren't technically thickers. It's Pink Fresh. I think this goes really good. But I pulled this out just in case I need to do something different because it's got a little wood grain and there's a little wood grain in my picture. So that is what I'm starting with. And y'all, I may use one of the backings of the embellishments or something from my photo to mat it. I don't know. We'll see. That's kind of pretty. We'll see. I have some ephemera left. Okay, so I need to stamp this on a full piece of paper or where I can see the whole size because I don't know. It'll help me figure out how many to do. But that's, you know, them little bat sequins are everywhere. I did layouts with those little bat sequins and they're everywhere. Anyways, that's what I'm going to do. I'll be back on in a minute.
Well, gang, I had that little sample ink up there, and I'm thinking, okay, that's a cute, like, light color or whatever. And then I put it on this paper, and y'all, it was way more deeper tone. I don't know why it changed colors on me. I mean, it's still a, you know, Calypso Coral or whatever, but it's like, holy cow, that's way darker than I thought. Now, that being said, looking at it now, it may have dried lighter. I don't really know, but okay. Now I'm just taking this ink pad and putting it right on the paper. Now I knew already because of my sample, I was going to end up with this kind of, whole texture or whatever in the middle. And that's okay. I'm perfectly fine with that. I wasn't looking necessarily for a solid square. I think this adds interest. So I've got my 6 little squares stamped down there, and I wasn't being too precious about where they ended up exactly because I knew darn good and well I wasn't going to be perfect with it. So that's okay too. And then I thought, okay, I'm going to do some little sprinkles or whatever around. So took my ink, used my little mixed media mat over here, gave myself some water, and I just sprinkled this all around. And I think this looks kind of neat, actually. I think this is a good start to a grid layout. Now, I will tell you where I end up challenging myself is this is a kit about kind of like hiking and going outdoors and just, you know, being, there's like some Native American kind of motifs in a way, like there's, you know, free spirit and then there's dream catchers and things like that and the bear and stuff. So I challenged myself in a way because these are just about some shoes, right? So I do struggle a little bit with the embellishments, but the first thing I'm going to do is get these envelopes going. And I kind of tried to pick some that had a little pattern that I could kind of use. Like I picked that one, see the floral on the inside, so it's kind of got multiple patterns. And I've got the 2 envelopes. I started to do 3 and then I picked 2. And then I saw I had all these branding strips over there, y'all. And I thought, okay, I've got to figure out some kind of way to use these. And what I decided to end up doing, well, I haven't done it yet. I had these little blue scraps over there. I did mount the photo, by the way. I used actually the packaging from the ephemera. I tried to show the blue little stripes that's in it, but honestly, my little blue scrap that I've got going on there was too little, so I had to cut it down. So it's basically just white cardstock now, and I mounted on the blue. But I had these 2 pieces of blue scrap paper left over, and I really liked them. They were a nice contrast. So I'm like, okay, well, how can I use them? Well, I just kind of use them as little foundations, little grounding spots. So I just scuff the edges of them, and you kind of see them kind of where they are going to end up. They're in the basic position. I move them around a little bit here and there, but now I've got this branding strip idea, and I'm like, okay, how can I use these branding strips? And I'm thinking to myself, well, can I kind of connect squares, doing different things like this? I've got that floral up there at the top because, of course, that's what's on the inside of that envelope. And I'm just kind of messing with do I use different branding strips? Well, what I end up doing is deciding to go ahead and put 4 of the branding strips together. I will use double-sided tape to kind of hold them together. And I'm going to just attach these in just a moment. And then what I'm going to do is cut it in half, essentially, and use 1 on the lower right grid piece and 1 in the upper left grid piece. And they're different, they're staggered, and that's by design. So you'll see in just a second, I'm going to take some double-sided tape here and start laying it down on there. And I find that's a really good trick when you're trying to attach like these branding strips together, is take like a piece of double-sided tape and just start laying it. And then I've got them all put together now. And I put multiple pieces back there. You can kind of see them right there. And I'm going to cut this in half. I think I add 1 more piece here just to kind of hold it together. So I'm going to have the staggered pieces. I start with it pointing up, and I realize, no, I'm going to come down. So that's going to come down, and I'm kind of attaching it, and it's kind of connecting my grid pieces a little bit, see? And then my one over here, I'm coming from the right to the left, rather, and it's going to attach itself kind of to the other grid piece. I'm just kind of creating, in a way, kind of this visual path, you know, from grid to grid. So they're not really separate per se, in a way. They're just kind of, you know, they're kind of attaching themselves. Now, I've taken that top envelope, but I've moved it now to the middle. I had it on the right-hand side over there, and I've moved it to the middle. I'm attaching my little branding strips here. I'm going to put my title down, which is my favorite shoes. I kind of use the lines, honestly, on the ledger paper here. I put that too far to the left, and I'll adjust myself in just a moment. And I will just put these down. I like this. It's a little bit different contrasting color, but it goes with the little aqua colors that's on the embellishments that I'm going to end up laying down there. This is a very busy layout once I get done with it, but I don't hate it. I kind of like it. It's interesting. There's something to look at everywhere, but I still see the shoes, right? That's kind of the point of it. I still see the shoes in the picture. So you'll see that toward the end. So I'm putting the favorite down, my shoes down. I don't think I've glued the blue papers or the envelopes down yet. I just know that's kind of where they're going to go. I believe I have glued down the branding strips at this point. And you can see all my ephemera on the right-hand side and kind of see what I'm talking about. You kind of got all these little like outdoorsy. There's a couple of little teepees in there, and there's a car with some luggage. I'll actually try to use that. I don't end up using it. Spoiler alert. I'll try to use it, but it doesn't. I struggle because I was like, on the one hand, I told myself, don't worry about what the theme of the embellishments are. Just put them size and all that kind of stuff. But then I was a little bit like, I don't know, Christine, how can you put a car with luggage? It has nothing to do with these shoes on here. So I don't know. I kind of went back and forth in my own philosophy on this little layout here. All right, so I'm putting my horizontal branding strips, and I do kind of wonk my, not kind of, I did deliberately wonk the photo of the shoes. And I kind of try to find a spot. I think I moved that around a couple of times. I will put foam behind it. Here's where I'm doing that. The envelopes create a little bit of dimension because they're folded, you know, there's folded paper and everything. So that offers a little bit of dimension. And I'll tuck a few little things down in, not actually, they're a little bit small. I thought to initially maybe put journaling down in them, but honestly, just putting my favorite shoes is about the most journaling I need to do, other than, I guess I could add that they're my daughter's shoes that I stole. That might be interesting. I don't know where I'm going to do that now. Maybe, I don't know. I'm looking at the finished layout. I'm going, I didn't really give myself space for that. So maybe on the back. Okay, so I'm adding my little blue pieces. Now I'm kind of, again, allowing these elements to kind of cross over the grids just to create that continuity in the layout. And let's see. I think I'm going to glue these envelopes down. Then the next thing I do is get into my ephemera. I do like this little hot air balloon because it says, let's go. And it's about shoes. So I'm thinking, okay, that's cool. I start messing with, okay, now I got this little bear down here. I actually like that bear. It says Adventure Seeker. I kind of keep messing with this stuff. I find this little design here, and I like that. I think that looks good on that right-hand side. It just kind of expands that square a little bit. and I'll pull out a little pennant that says outside. That's going to go underneath there. So it's almost like it says, let's go outside. And then, I don't know, you guys, I kind of fast around. I think I leave a lot of this in here just to show you the process. The envelope, I end up with a couple of feathers coming out of it. There's some stickers here, these fabric stickers. Again, I'm not going to lie, this was a bit of a challenge kit for me. There was some good layouts I had because my husband and my daughter do go hiking. So I was able to use it for that. But then there's so many words on the embellishments. It's like you get a bunch of words. It can be challenging to use because you don't want to interfere with your title and stuff, right? So I struggle with that a little bit. I start to put this feather here. It does not stay there. I don't care for that, actually. I stick it there because I'm trying to use it, but ultimately I end up not using that feather. I'm going to pull that off in a minute. I put that little geotag up over by the bear. I started with that little teapot right there. That is the most interesting piece of ephemera in this collection, I think, because I don't have any idea why there's tea kit. I don't know that it goes with anything else going, outdoorsy, unless I accidentally stuck it in there from a different kit. That is entirely possible because their colorways will be very similar sometimes that I'm trying to coordinate my embellishments or whatever. So I might have stuck that in there from a different kit. I'm not going to say I didn't. I don't end up using it though. Here's me messing with these feathers again. I go, no. I leave that car there for just a minute because I do like how it takes up the space. But like I said, eventually I kind of go, no, I don't care for you. I look at those gold letters. I actually do pull out some gold stuff, but not till the end, actually. I'm trying to figure out all my embellishments first. Here's where I decide, I thought about maybe putting that little sticker over the top of the car and everything, but I didn't. I decided against that. I don't think I use any more fabric stickers I do too. There's a couple little arrows on there I'm going to use. I'll stick those on there. He goes away. I go, no, I don't need you. I start with that. Home is where my tribe is. That's not what stays there. I'm going to end up with the free spirits. What's going to end up over there next to that envelope. I do like that because it's kind of got like a little arrow. And I think it just speaks to the fact that these are fun little shoes. And I just like wearing them. And I don't know if 51-year-old women should wear coral Uggs, but I like them. So you're kind of seeing where things ended up. That says One Fine Day. I like that. It's just kind of introducing, like crossing over from the grids and stuff like that. So that's kind of where everything goes. I think I've glued everything down now. I did put foam up underneath a bunch of different things. I use up underneath the outside pennant, the bear, One Fine Day, Free Spirit. There's all kinds of foam underneath those. And this is where I'm deciding to use these gold stars. I go, okay, well, this came with the collection, so I should be able to use these. So I end up with 3 stars in the lower right, 3 stars in the upper left, and then 2 stars in each of those 2 clusters there. And then I realized, oh, shoot, I forgot to glue down my little hot air balloon. So I'm going to use a little Nuvo glue. And I did use mostly like Nuvo glue to glue these things down, by the way. And so there's that. And then I'm going to start back on my stars because I got distracted. I thought about using the dots and things. I didn't. And I'll actually even pull out some of those arrows because I had those 2 little fabric arrows in that lower middle grid piece. I start to use the gold arrows, but then I just kind of felt like it was taken away from the gold glitter stars that I had going on. So you're going to see in just a minute, I'm going to set those down and then take those right back up, actually. So here it is. I'm putting this down. I'm thinking, okay, I'll just reorganize these a little bit and stick these down. I kind of had it in my head maybe a bunch of arrows. But like I said, I decide against them. I set that down there and then I go, no, I don't like that. It's taken away again from my design with the stars. So nope, he goes away. And then that is all I'm going to do the layout, y'all. I'm sorry if I sound muffled. My cat keeps shoving her face into my face. So there you go. There's the slowdown. You can see all the foam up underneath a lot of the pieces now. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is a hop, so make sure you check out the playlist. There'll be some folks playing along. And again, the prompt this month was to stamp directly to paper. So let's see what everybody else does. It should be exciting, and we will see you next time. See you soon. Bye.